This past Watches and Wonders in Geneva, Grand Seiko dropped a ton of really cool novelties. Evolution 9 chronographs and GMTs, the White Lion high jewelry piece, and of course, the Kodo Constant-force Tourbillon. That was just the first wave of releases, and it wasn't enough for the Japanese manufacturer. While not technically Watches and Wonders novelties, Grand Seiko did in fact introduce a second wave of new releases shortly after. So today, we're going to dig into these 3 new releases, 2 of which are elegant 37mm SBGW references, and the third, a sporty GMT with a beautifully textured black dial. Now, you would be right for thinking the new SBGW283 and 285 are reminiscent of the highly sought-after limited editions released last year. But the good news here is that this stainless steel duo is neither a limited edition nor region restricted. So, if you are prepared to buy one, it's not if, it's when. Their 37.3mm cases are 11.7mm thick, including the box sapphire crystal, and wear 44.3mm lug-to-lug across the wrist, all of which helps maintain the vintage vibes of the references. In Grand Seiko fashion, each dial utilizes nature as its muse. The SBGW283 is evocative of the transitional period between spring and summer through its rich, dark green textured dial. The SBGW285 conveys the transitional period between summer and autumn with an icy blue textured dial. Each dial presents a clean aesthetic, no date, just Dauphine hours and minutes hands, a central seconds hand, and diamond cut applied indices. Inside each of the 30-meter water-resistant references, beneath an exhibition caseback, is the entry in-house mechanical caliber 9S64, with 72 hours of power reserve and a regulation of +5, -3 seconds when static. They are also both outfitted on crocodile leather straps with pin buckle closures. The watches will be available worldwide in May 2022 and are each priced at $4,800 US or 7,150 Australian dollars. On the other side of the coin, larger and sportier, we also now have the SPGE277 Spring Drive GMT. The watch, with a faceted, mixed finished and Zaratsu polished stainless steel case, clocks in at 44mm in diameter, 14.7mm thick, and 51mm lug to lug, which, considering its diameter, makes it a very wearable 44mm watch. Being larger and sportier does have its benefits for daily wear. The 200-meter water-resistant watch with a screw-down crown is very luminous in darker settings. Not only are the hours, minutes, and GMT hands coated in LumiBright, but the GMT bezel is as well. A point of criticism, however, may be the number of loomed indices, with some perhaps wanting more than just the 12, 3, 6, and 9-hour indices to incorporate LumiBright. Nonetheless, it certainly gets the job done. As a 200-meter water-resistant watch, you'll be glad to know it's outfitted on the standard mixed-finished 5-piece link bracelet. But before you come for me in the comments complaining about micro-adjustment, definitely keep in mind that the right combination of the provided full and half links, which are really more like 2/3 links, will actually do a better job of fine sizing than you might expect. Believe me, I am more nitpicky about fit than anyone. Its black dial is by no means plain, meant to evoke what Grand Seiko describes as the beauty of the Hotaka mountain range, with its many dark peaks and ridges having been formed by volcanic activity. But Grand Seiko diehards will recognize that the black dial utilizes the rock pattern texture found on beloved references such as the SBGA413 Shunbun, also known as Spring, from the Four Seasons collection. In fact, if you're familiar with the SBGE271 we covered last year, the SBGE277 to an extent is a remix of this very dial. In this iteration though, like other sport GMTs from the brand, the date has been moved from the 3 o'clock position to the controversial 4:30 position. I think a white on black disc would have been preferable, causing less interruption to the dial, but the pop of the black on white ensures that the date is really easy to see and read. Also, while the dial is black, the power reserve indicator found between the 8th and 9th hour indices remains very legible, again, upholding Grand Seiko's grammar of design. Inside, you have the in-house automatic spring drive caliber 9R66, with 72 hours of power reserve and incredible regulation within a second per day, typically performing even better from personal experience. It also features a calendar-linked time difference adjustment function, so as you cross time zones, the date can safely move forwards or backwards as necessary. The SBGE277 will also be available worldwide in May 2022 and has a retail price of $6,200 US or 9,250 Australian dollars. Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe to the Time+Tide channel for all the latest watch reviews and content. See you on the next one.